From the Sun-Times, I'm Dave Hoekstra. Steve Van Zandt is best known as Little Stevie in Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band, and as Silvio on HBO's The Sopranos.
Oh, what'd I just say?
These days, he's also a Broadway producer, having debuted an acclaimed show about 60s soul rockers, the Rascals, in New York. Once Upon a Dream, starring all 4 original Rascals, comes to Chicago from November 5th to November 10th, when it will be grooving on a Sunday afternoon at the Cadillac Theater. I sat down with Steven, showed him some of my old Rascals records, and asked him about the first time he saw the Rascals play live.
I believe it was 1965, Keyport Roller-drome, one of the most exciting nights of my life. The Rascals had really taken everybody by surprise, because at that point we thought you had to be English to be a rock star.
Tell you something, I think you'll understand.
And here come the Rascals, not only American, but from New Jersey. So, wow, now we're in touch with, that electrical current that is keeping everybody alive, It actually has wandered into our neighborhood. And, I remember that night like it was yesterday, the most exciting group I've ever seen live, probably to this day, was that night. And that was it. I only needed their very first single. I was done, Ain't Gonna Get Up My Heart Anymore was enough for me. Everything else was a bonus.
Well, baby, I ain't gonna eat out my heart anymore. I ain't gonna eat out my heart anymore. So quit it.
82, a mutual friend called me in to reunite them. I met with them all, and they weren't ready. So I stayed in touch with them, and in fact, Dino joined my band, my solo band, for 2 years. And every 5 years or 10 years, I'd try and get them back together. And after 40 years of people throwing money at them and them turning it down, they said, yes, let's do it. They were finally ready to do it, and they did it for free, of course. And they were so good that night, I thought, I must find a way to keep this together. I mean, people need to see this. They need to experience these guys. Yes, we had inducted them into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much.
But it didn't feel like enough, So I wrote a show for them, and I called Mark Brickman, one of the world's greatest staging and lighting guys. I said, this is what I got in mind. Have you ever done that? And he said, no one's ever done that. Let's go.
I've been lonely too long.
It ended up a hybrid in between a concert and a Broadway show, in that we filmed them telling this story. Mark constructed a 50-foot screen behind them, the entire back wall. So they come out and they do 3 songs, and the stage goes dark, and then they speak to the audience from this gigantic screen, It ends up this new sort of idea. But as we transported people back to the 60s for 2 hours, there was an air of optimism and hope in the air that was, it was palpable. You could touch it, feel it. You depended on it,
You should see what a lovely, lovely world is to be.
And people halfway through the show start to feel that, and they're being transformed. It's a wonderful sort of bonus to, what we had intended. And they had their doubts right up until that curtain went up that first night, and the place went crazy, and have been going crazy ever since. Whether you're a Rascals fan or not, people come in and they leave a fan. And more than that, even people who never heard of them, just being transported to the 60s, as I said, suddenly they're being transformed themselves as they come out of the theater saying, what the hell happened?
Life would be ecstasy, you and me endlessly.